tried things probably for about a year on the picking situation. And we said we solved it. The fun story, or the heartfelt story about us sharing, we discovered at one point that mom was doing a lot of picking and she was bleeding. And a friend of mine had gotten, she'd do this. She'd run her hand up her sleeve and she'd scratch and pick. A friend of mine, we'd gone out to lunch and she had just gotten this SNS nail service, which I don't know anything about manicures, but it was like a dip nail treatment. And it made her nail dull. And she said she had trouble that morning trying to pick a pimple. So we said, let's try. We were already taking her, even though throughout my mother's whole life, she never got manicures or went to the nail salon or did any of that. But when we reached the point where I was trying to cut her nails, it was problematic. She didn't like it. I started taking her to the nail salon because, again, she behaved better for a stranger and they would make it special and it felt like it was a treat and they would paint it pretty, and it kind of was the distraction that made it. So I went back and we'd always say, and wax the chin or whatever. But I said, make the nails short. And the lady there was wonderful. Her name was Linda. And she was really good with mom. In fact, sometimes when she was going to take a while, she'd say, you two can go and come back. And we'd run to the grocery store or something and leave her there, and knew that they would take care of her. But they put this dip treatment on, which made her nails dull, and the picking problem went away. And we went back to the neurologist, who had already sent us to dermatologists, and we'd had creams for itchy skin, and we'd had pills for anxiety and all these things. We'd tried things probably for about a year on the picking situation. And we said we solved it. Here's how. And he was like blown away. Something at a nail salon, he's like, I got to talk to my teenage daughter about what this is and understand. And then we came back 6 months, a year later, December, it was right before Christmas time. And he says, I've helped 5 patients with that advice. And he says, you guys taught me how to think better as a doctor, to think outside the box, because I've only thought how you treat things with medicine. And he says, I had a man with the same problem, and we started wearing gloves and problem was solved,